Bad training, a lot of stuff. It's just bad. And at a time like this right now, I mean, this is just not the time to have no control over what's going on.
Here's another interesting story for Chief. Yesterday morning, 7 people shot in 6 incidents. I mean, the violence is just out of control.
Unbelievable. Remind me of that when we have them on.
Yeah.
Boy, here's where the advertising pays off. Who's the first person they think of when this woman is taken to the funeral home and she's still alive? I'm going to call Jeffrey Fieger.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Didn't even know. Of course they did.
Jeffrey Fieger is going to do very well with that evening.
And now, Paul W. Smith.
The Paul W. Smith Show. News Talk 760 WJR.
Good Tuesday morning to you. It's T-Shirt Tuesday.
Yay!
There we go. T-Shirt Tuesday, August 25th, the 238th day of 2020. There are 128 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. And these first 45 minutes of the show come to you via all of the social media, including camera work. So we are on camera for the first 45 minutes, but you don't miss a thing if you're listening in as well. We appreciate that very, very much. Coming to you the good old-fashioned way through 760 on the AM dial. If you're watching, however, you'll notice that it's T-Shirt Tuesday. And with the team here, Dick Hafner, our WJR News Director, Dana Clark checking traffic weather and her thoughts and opinions. Brian Morton in the Golden Tower, ready to press all the right buttons so that the signal makes it to wherever we are together. As we broadcast from our homes, in my home office, there's my wife, Kim, helping out. And, of course, our executive producer, Ann Thomas.
Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Annie. I'll start with my T-shirt. It says...
Oh, Paul Smith's College.
The real deal, Paul Smith's College.
Is it still open?
Still there.
Oh, awesome.
When I was working at WABC in New York, after I was on the air a couple of weeks, I started getting T-shirts that said Paul Smith College. And I went, I'm not that smart. I mean, I appreciate the... and then somebody said, no, there's a college called Paul Smith's College, which, by the way, I remind you, is the college that my wife, Kim, went to years before I knew her. I say now, she went to Paul Smith's College undergrad. She's in graduate school.
She's graduated.
Paul W. Smith College. What is yours?
A+ too.
Yes, indeed. What's yours to say, Dana?
Mine says Purple Rain. This is Prince and the Revolution shirt. My favorite male artist.
Oh, that's cool.
So
that's
Purple
a cool shirt.
That's colorful.
Yeah.
Miss Prince a lot.
And Miss Ann Thomas.
No surprise.
Smartoni. She's got her Spartan on. And Mr. Hafner, I can't see what yours says. I think it says something, but I can't see, Dick.
You're a little dark, Dick.
You're a little dark and a little low.
A little frozen.
Oh, is he frozen? Is that? I wondered. There we go. There we go. It says
full of ribs.
Full of
bull. Full of bull.
Bull. Full of bull. We need to distribute those T-shirts. We need to distribute those T-shirts.
In Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta. Okay. Now you're talking about it.
Yeah.
We already just before coming on talked a little bit about the woman whose mother called a lawyer. The woman found alive in the funeral home. The lawyer would have been one of maybe 2 or 3 that advertise a lot. And one of them is Jeffrey Fieger, and she got him. And that's going to be a fabulous case to follow because it's such sadly, in a sense, it's a no-brainer. And Jeffrey does I can see Jeffrey saying this when asked to the media, They were about to embalm her, which is most frightening. Had she not had her eyes open, they would have begun draining her blood out. I can see Jeffrey.
It does sound like him.
He'll be so effective. It'll be very effective.
Oh, that's funny.
Good that we can laugh now, but that was a close one. That was a close one, my friends. It is 5:42 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
We're all feeling the weight of COVID-19, but for kids in poverty around the world, things are becoming desperate. Join Compassion International and provide for a family in poverty. Make your one-time $40 gift. Text HOPE to 83393.
Well, happy birthday to Sarah Newell. Keith, our good friend and listener, Keith Newell, just let us know it's his wonderful wife, Sarah's birthday. Sarah Newell. All righty. It is 5:43. We've got it, our WJR. Traffic and weather first, and Dana.
We've just got construction to kick off the Tuesday morning commute. Traffic first sponsored by North Bloomfield Properties. If you're looking for a place to call home, let North Bloomfield Properties find the best place for you and your family. They also provide pre-screened quality tenants to their property owners. They love to match good people to good homes. Contact them today, northbloomfield.com. Looking at construction along 94 eastbound at Cashew, that on-ramp is closed for road work until 3 p.m. today. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Liberty Title, protecting property since 1974. A few quick tips from Liberty Title: cybercrime and identity theft in real estate is a $2 billion industry. Make sure your title company is insured. There is no need for split closing. Use only one title company and never close your transaction in a public place. You have a choice. Choose libertytitle.com.
Ended up close to 90 yesterday. Today, about 87 degrees, but dealing with some widely scattered showers, a few thunder showers this morning. To get into the afternoon, the sun may try to push through with some drier air coming in. Tonight, some clouds, 66. Tomorrow, some showers in the morning, late day thunderstorms, and some gusty winds with them, 88. From the Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Staging on News Talk 760 WJR.
And on this Tuesday morning, August 25th, we get a little taste of what we can hear generally from noon to 3 on WJR, the Rush Limbaugh Show. Rush stops by right now.
For years, public health officials and other know-it-alls have told Americans to stop eating so much meat. They said eating a lot of processed and red meat was going to kill you. Heart disease, cancer, a slew of other health problems, including celibacy in some. Last Monday, a group of international researchers released a new scientific analysis of meat eating. And according to the New York Times, what they found represents a remarkable turnabout. The idea that people should eat less beef, less pork, less processed meat is not backed up by any credible science. In other words, it's bull. The scientists said that if there are any health benefits from eating less red meat, they're so small that they're barely measurable, a tiny blip that does not merit telling people to stop eating beef. Now, folks, how often have we been through this? We were told coffee was bad for us, that bacon's going to kill us, stay away from coconut oil, oat bran, that stuff. Experts hammered the public on the latest scientific research that turned out to be totally bogus. This turnabout on meat is not the first time. It won't be the last. One day, I fully expect scientists to tell us that cows and cow farts have nothing to do with climate change. Just eat what you live your life and ignore these busybodies who can't even live theirs in the right way. Just do what you want and enjoy it. You only have one life, folks.
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3 today, right here on WJR. Well, Rush just said it. I've certainly thought it many times, but I don't think I've actually ever said cow farts on the radio.
There you go.
I thought it.
But now you can say it.
Now the door is now the door is open. The door is open. How about this? A little reflection of what we were talking about on the show here. Front page, below the fold of the Detroit News. Sports trading cards, big business once again.
Oh, that's right.
We just talked about that.
Just talked about
card
that.
going for millions of dollars, and everyone calling their mother and saying, "Mom, you still have those cards in the? Are you sure you haven't seen those cards in the attic?" And then the front page of the Detroit News, above the fold, with that story we talked about before the break. She's alive.
Here's my question: Was she really dead, or was she dead and came back to life, or was she never really dead? I know she was pronounced dead.
I don't think I don't know.
Question.
But I don't think that she was dead and then resuscitated herself. And they were done with their resuscitation and didn't realize that she was still alive. The mother, and it's going to be very hard to follow this, but the mother, who I think is a nurse or had some experience, said she felt a pulse at one point. She said to the rescuers, she felt a pulse. But at the time, remember, there were a few. By the way, Dick, you look much better in the light.
Your light is better.
Yeah. So, so I know how important that is to you, Dick. But at the time when we first told the story, it was a little bit of this and a little bit of that. This group comes in and then they hand off to this group, and then they, it's like too many cooks in there, almost. Maybe that's the way it always is. But
at the woman's house, it was suspected by the EMS crew that she had taken some drugs, and the drugs basically artificially made her move and appear that she was alive.
Right. Someone told them through their communication with a hospital, a doctor, or somebody, saying that that's a normal body reaction to those drugs or whatever. So there was just confusion. Here's the bottom line that I now know not to be true. My truth was, I always thought that nobody gets to declare anyone dead but a coroner. I remember how many times, Ann, covering stories, and Dick, you too, as a news person, we heard the story that they were waiting for the coroner to come to declare the person dead.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody saw the person there in the terrible accident that they were dead.
You're hearing the Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Correct.
5:49 at News Talk 760 WJR, the Paul W. Smith Show, coming to you the first 45 minutes on camera and on the radio and on all your social media platforms. And we're happy to be with you. Did you guys, well, first of all, I mean, this is a long conversation. I wasn't going to go there yet, but I will. Did anybody else watch any of the convention last night? I did.
Of course.
Sheesh. All of it. What's the hits or misses? It was hard for me to stick with it, man. I kept going, going back, turning. I'm like, this is
you may think that this would be just automatically my reaction, but I have to tell you, I did believe from a technical standpoint they did a better job.
Yeah. Yes.
I like the setting better.
The setting was so much easier to watch for me.
Me too.
And
beautiful, actually. It was cool.
More live.
It was
stuff,
excellent. There were highs and lows.
Yeah.
I thought
right.
Nikki Haley
and highs and lows.
Was she? It was better, Dick?
What was that?
Mike is still.
I didn't hear what you said, Dick.
Production values were much better.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And what you were saying too, the production values. I mean, to put it on that level, the production values were better. It was just better to see the way they went to light it and shoot it beautifully, and they did. And I thought it was very effective. What was a little annoying was that all of a sudden CNN had fact checkers that apparently were on vacation all of last week. I didn't hear them fact check one thing that the Democrats said. And so that's to presuppose in a political campaign that they didn't stretch the truth or flat out lie. And that's just not true, because they all do. But you wouldn't have known that from CNN.
I thought Nikki Haley was great.
I thought Nikki Haley.
See why you've been talking about her.
I think Nikki Haley was great. I think she has a quite a future in politics. I don't know if she's about to be turned into the vice presidential candidate, which is far more rumored than I knew when someone told me, I said, what? I don't know. That's not going to happen. And then I went online, and there are other people that have been rumoring that for a while. Herschel Walker, I thought, was a very effective speaker, talking about the president being his friend and how it bothered him when he heard people say he was a racist, because he's known the president for a long time and they were friends. A disappointment of the night for me was Jake Tapper. I've known Jake Tapper a long time. He just turned into he's so obvious, I guess, in his approach. But then again, he's at CNN, and CNN is very obvious in their approach. They support the Democrat Party no matter what, and the Democrat candidates no matter what.
He's an advocate. He's not an support.
I wish I could understand what Dick just said. They are
He
advocates.
said he's an advocate, yes.
Right, he's an advocate. It was no way or shape or form.
I
He was
thought
not a news guy.
the other, I thought this tact was maybe not something I would have suggested. I thought Kimberly Guilfoyle and Donald Trump were very angry. I thought they were angry man and woman speeches.
Kimberly Guilfoyle, somebody
she was screaming.
You could either call her passionate or yelling, and I say it was yelling. She was yelling.
Yes.
And I think somebody said to her, "Hey, you're the one with the most television experience here.
Right.
We depend on you. You better get that point across," or something, because her boyfriend is Donald Trump Jr., right?
Yes.
Am I right? He was too strong. You know, he came out.
A lot of hand gestures too.
Well, he came out. I'm Donald Trump Jr. I'm Donald Trump Jr. I know that consultant. So they were both, but she was the strongest of anyone. I mean, the forceful yelling. Some might say passionate, but it was
no.
And when she finished, yelling. It was
it was
to have the sounds of silence following something like that made it even worse. If she had built the crowd into a feverish pitch, and at the end of it, she went
right,
and then the crowd all went but when she went the crowd went nothing, because there was no crowd.
Right.
So it was a little bit more difficult to take. I thought Senator Tim Scott, I got to tell you something. I thought that the Republicans spent an awful lot of time, and this might cause you concern, but I think they spent an awful lot of time trying to that blacks, African Americans, should accept this president for what he has done for them, or what he has said he'll do for them, or whatever. Because, like Senator Tim Scott, I mean, these were powerful guys. Herschel Walker, there was Kim Klacik, I'm not sure what her name was. Nikki Haley, I have written down there. Anyway, I thought it was a great first night. Tell you the truth, I'm afraid a lot of people didn't watch because they were already up to here with conventions, Democrat or Republican. But that'd be unfortunate. But it's funny because the Democrats got better each night. Will the Republicans get better each night, or will we say, "Boy, that first night was really a lot better"? I don't know. We'll have to see. I got to watch it. It's part of what we do. Did you guys see online the video by KD French? I don't know, Brian, if you even were able to get that. Should I look over here? Will he be able to chat with me on the private chat? I sent it to Brian and you, Ann, and it's a woman who spent an hour, and it's several little square screens, and she's singing all the parts herself.
Oh, cool.
It's very, very cool. And it's the lament of all of us who find ourselves going to the refrigerator too often. It's called The Fridge Again. Brian, if you have it, now would be the time.
Stop me. She's at the fridge again. I'm at the fridge again. She's at the fridge again. Calling my name. She's at the fridge again. I'm at the fridge again. She's at the fridge again. I need a little help from you. Please come get her. I'm doing a little too much. She doing too much. I'm at the fridge again. She's at the fridge again.
Very well done. And all these little boxes are her singing with herself. It's very clever. The pandemic has brought out the creativity along with TikTok.
It's been 2 minutes since the last visit. She's at the fridge.
2 minutes. All righty. You can look for that. I think it's the fridge again. KD French. You can probably find it everywhere now.
Cute, very cute.
It's funny.
5:57 on WJR.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
We're all feeling the weight of COVID-19, but for kids in poverty around the world, things are becoming desperate. Join Compassion International and provide for a family in poverty. Make your one-time $40 gift. Text HOPE to 83393.
And let's check it for you. Our WJR Traffic and Weather first, Miss Dana Clark.
Traffic First sponsored by Gordon Chevrolet. Gordon Chevrolet, where you not only pick your payment, but now you pick your program. Need to pull ahead your lease? Do you need GM employee pricing or a low payment with zero interest? Let Gordon Chevrolet help you find it on Ford Road, just west of Merriman in Garden City. GordonChevrolet.com. Gordon Chevrolet, find new roads. Construction along 696 westbound between Woodward and Coolidge. The right lane is closed until September 11th. Now, WJR Weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Operating Engineers 324. Operating Engineers 324 run the heavy equipment that's building Michigan's roads. Remember to slow down. Pay attention in work zones for the workers' safety and yours. OE 324, we build, we operate, we maintain. Visit OE324.org. Clear sky, 75 degrees, going up to a nice, comfortable, nice and warm high of 85 today. Could see a pop-up shower, especially this morning. Tonight, a few passing clouds, stray shower possible, low 66. Scattered thunderstorms in the forecast again on Wednesday and a high of 86. I'm Dana Clark, WJR News with Dick Hafner in about 1 minute.
Well,
Did you see the couple, the McCloskeys, I believe the name is?
Yeah.
St. Louis couple?
Yeah, that's where Jake Tapper said, and he had that couple on that doesn't like BLM protesters. Well, I don't know. If people are attacking me and my home and family, saying they're going to kill me, I don't think I would like them either. That's his summary of that couple, the McCloskeys.
I probably would have kept them off of that.
I would not have chosen them to be spokesperson for anything.
No.
However, I bet you that this is where there's too much of this kind of, turn this down, too much research. And I bet you research told them that there are more people than we would expect who were horrified that two people trying to defend their house would be the ones that got in trouble. That nobody who was threatening their lives and their property by breaking through their gated area got in trouble, but that they did defending their house and lives. I'm just saying that I bet some research showed that might have resonated with more people than we would guess, or that it might have resonated with more people than would admit it.
That's possible.
Because I don't think anything happens anymore just based on
you see, a
gut feeling or everything's so
it's possible
thought about and tested, and it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I was a bit surprised when I saw them. But then when I heard what they had to say, I thought, well, that's what they're playing to, the people who will never have to worry about, thankfully, somebody attacking them or their home in a situation like that, but have the fear. In the same way that Jeffrey Feiger will brilliantly replay what it would be like to be buried alive, because that is some reason or another, that's a fear that many people have. And I don't know why we would have that fear. Most of us will never, thankfully, never come close to being buried alive, yet it's a fear, it's a primal fear that he will, rightfully as the attorney, cash in on. And everybody in that jury, if they're stupid enough to ever get to a jury trial, everybody in that jury would they would see there, but for the grace of God go I. And that'll work very much in his favor of not having to take that. It took me a long time. It's when I was working in Philadelphia that I learned how many attorneys make a very good living never going into the courtroom. I had no idea because I wasn't involved in the law. My brother Mark, God bless him, was a lawyer. My uncle Pete was a lawyer. I was called pre-law at Michigan, but I was not a lawyer, never involved, and didn't realize how much legal work happens outside of a courtroom. And when you build up a name like Jeffrey Feiger, like Sam Bernstein, or anyone who works for Sam, like Ed, or what's the other guy's name? Mike, the guys that fight.
Mike Morse.
Mike Morse, who fights with Jeffrey, and I get a kick out of all their commercials against each other. I fight against the arrogant, and it's clearly the head of Jeffrey Feiger, the back of his head in the commercial. Anyway, how many of those guys make their living based on their reputation?
But I will say, part of the reason they have that reputation is that they have gone into the courtroom.
Right. Ed goes into the courtroom a lot. He's the real litigator, frankly.
He's not afraid to go to the courtroom. And neither is Jeffrey. Jeffrey goes to the courtroom too.
Right. Yeah. But I'm just saying, some cases you would be wise to go to the courtroom.
Sure.
Some cases you wouldn't be. This one's going to be a tough one to decide you're not going to the courtroom. On the other hand, when they ask for several $100 million to try to make this poor little girl whole, then they're going to have to fight about it and then go into a courtroom. And then you're at the whims of a jury that will feel very sorry for this little girl who apparently is a twin. Kim was just telling me, and has some disabilities. She looks like she has a cerebral palsy. I mean, if I were just to guess, almost. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying, almost looks like she was oxygen deprived at birth. I mean, sadly,
sad story.
It is a sad story all the way around.
Yes, it is.
So, question: when are the gyms opening? The gyms and the theater? No, it's
governor yesterday.
Dick, you heard the story, and we talked about it. I asked the governor very specifically when the theaters and gyms were going to open, and her answer was non-committal.
Still working on it. Okay.
Well, she's worried about numbers still. She's worried about positivity rate numbers. And she said that she's not quite ready. She said that she will soon start to look a little bit at some of this, but she's still worried about the numbers, which is interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have, during this political campaign, we have one side, this would be the Democrats, and Joe Biden is clearly saying in some of his commercials, if I have to close down the economy again, I'll close it down. He's decided, and his people have decided, that that's what really works right now. What the president doesn't understand is, to get the economy back, you have to get a grip on this pandemic. You have to take care of the pandemic, then we can get the economy back. That's his view and his handler's view. There are a lot of people who say, if you don't get the economy back soon, it ain't ever coming back. And that'll be fascinating to watch as well. Don't know.
The problem, though, is you have to convince people to go back. They have to feel comfortable going out and about. And there still are large percentages of people that are not comfortable going out and about.
Right.
The Paul W. Smith Show. News Talk 760 WJR.
Good Tuesday morning to you. It is the 25th of August, the 238th day of 2020. There are 128 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. The team is here. Dick Hafner with our WJR News. He's our news director, leading the news department and presenting the news the way it is supposed to be presented, as news. Thank you, Dick. Dana Clark, traffic, weather, a thought or two, an opinion here and there, things to watch, things to eat,
things to drink,
or things to eat and drink. All of that. Brian Morton is the only one in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building, pressing all the right buttons. So we are here in our homes. I'm in my home office. Kim sitting right across at her desk and helping out as well. And, of course, our executive producer, wherever we are, from wherever we're broadcasting, Ann Thomas.
Good morning, Don.
For whom the clock toes. Toes or tolls, yes. One of these days, you got to videotape Edmund winding the clock. I'm talking about, when all the kids come back home and line up.
Sure, yeah.
Much like The Sound of Music and sing.
Yeah. I'll get that on video for you guys.
All right.
Someday.
Someday.
Hey, it's National Banana Split Day. When was the last time anybody had a banana split? Anybody?
Forever. It's been a long time.
Long time.
Very long time.
Oh, that's too many calories. We can't have that.
True.
I'm looking at a picture of a banana split, and it looks really good.
So tasty.
Wait, what does it cost now? About $49.95 to get one?
Yeah, probably.
There's so much stuff on a banana split.
Yeah,
that one looks good.
There's probably at the Dairy Queen, there's like one person assigned to making banana splits. That's all they do. It's got to take 15 minutes. No, probably not. But anyway, it is also National Whiskey Sour Day.
Oh.
When was the last time anyone had a whiskey sour? I can't remember the last time.
In a while.
Sour. I'm sure I tried it.
Yeah.
Dick is merely slyly smiling. So
right.
He may have had a whiskey sour 10, 15 minutes ago.
Fairly recently.
Oh, fairly recently.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Who likes Bailey's Irish Cream?
Ooh, I do.
I do.
I do too. I think it's very good. Here they are with a new Bailey's. And this sounds like it could be a real winner. Bailey's is selling an apple pie flavor.
Oh,
that's a hit.
How about that? That's a hit in my book already.
That's a hit. Me too.
Sounds like a good fall drink.
Cozy fall cocktail. As long as that apple pie has a little cinnamon.
Right.
Yes.
I think that would be really good. I didn't. First of all, I didn't hear this. First of all, first day of virtual school has already happened. I didn't think that happened yet.
For many districts, they're starting. Yes.
Well, and now they say here on this story, thousands report Zoom outage Monday on the first day of virtual school.
Yes.
That's all you
Big
need.
problem yesterday with Zoom.
Oh boy.
Did you see what happened at Central? Central's got a problem. They've got a big coronavirus.
Yes. A lot of students with not the gout,
the COVID.
The virus, the COVID.
The COVID.
A lot of students with the COVID.
The COVID.
Well.
Oh man, it's terrible.
Sounds like there were a lot of parties.
Terrible. Well,
and Isabella County has issued a state of emergency, a health emergency.
Really?
Yes.
Well, let's see. We put a lot of college kids together that haven't seen each other for a while.
Right. And here come the whiskey sours.
Party? College kids?
No way.
And there go the whiskey sours.
Kind of crazy. Today is National Secondhand Wardrobe Day. I gotta get this message to Sophie when she wakes up. With her Sophie's shop. That's what she deals in, secondhand clothing. She gives it a new life. So I had no idea, but I mean, there's a lot of clothing wasted in this country. So she's doing that. Kentucky Fried Chicken, famous for Kim just dug up a bunch of pictures. Sweetheart. Oh, she'll hear me in 15 seconds.
Right. Talk faster.
Sweetheart, can you get that picture of Kentucky Fried Chicken that's in the hallway there? Yeah, you're going to love this. But they're going to have to do away with their slogan, "It's finger licking good," because of coronavirus. Because of coronavirus.
Don't lick your fingers.
They don't want you licking your fingers or licking anyone else's fingers.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, let's talk about using whatever you got for your advertising campaign. They're getting results for talking about something they can't say anymore. So Kim found a bunch of stuff.
Colonel would never accept it.
Well, look at this. There's young Paul W.
Oh my goodness!
Interviewing the real Colonel Sanders.
That's a great
cool.
picture.
That's really cool.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
Yep. Sorry for those just listening at 760 WJR.
Right.
Later, go to your social media. Look for this morning.
Yeah, cool picture.
Gathering. But a young Paul W. Smith and the always old Colonel Sanders, because he didn't get into the business till he was older.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great success story. Thank you, baby. So we don't even have enough wall space in this smaller house, but she's figuring it out. We're gonna put it down a certain hallway.
It's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Mick Jagger is in a movie, and it's not the first time. Mick Jagger was in a movie 20 years ago. I don't know what it was. I'm sure it's in this story here.
Probably 40.
40 probably
years ago.
Well, 20 years ago, he acted in a movie, and it's now he's in the movie The Burnt Orange Heresy.
Really?
He plays a diabolical art dealer.
Really?
And I think he'd be probably very good at it. Anyway, didn't he go to like the London School of Economics or something like that?
Did he?
Yeah, he went to some highfalutin school. He did. It is 6:13 at 760 WJR.
This report is sponsored by Fresh Time Farmers Market.
Discover Fresh Time, the grocery store where you always find high-quality, fresh, and organic foods like premium Black Angus beef tomahawk ribeye steaks, $9.99 a pound, now through August 25th while supplies last. Fresh Time Farmers Market. Real food, real affordable prices.
Wouldn't it be nice to have some real food right now? Well, there you go.
You sound hungry.
I don't know why, but I am. And we've got our WJR traffic and weather first with the always fellow hungry person. Dan
Yes,
Clark.
I wake up hungry. I'm telling the truth. Okay, the Blue Water Bridge westbound is seeing a 15-minute delay for trucks between Canada and the U.S. Otherwise, just construction out there. Along 94 eastbound between Cashew and Maross, that right lane is closed. That pavement buckled over the weekend. That's expected to be repaired by 3 p.m. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel.
A batch of showers, thunder showers may try to clip us in the first half of the day. By this afternoon, just a slight chance of a shower thunderstorm as I'll get it up to about 87 in the afternoon. Tonight, some clouds, drier air in 66. Scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Late in the day could contain some gusty winds, 88. From the Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Stajic on News Talk 760 WJR.